taken me about 40 minutes just to get what would normally take 10 minutes. So it's like people that build houses and roads. It's like, oh look, there's a bunch of trees over there. Let's rape that. And then what we once had, which was obviously paradise, because everybody wants to come here, is lost forever. And nobody's happy. I mean, most people are just doing, you know, fast food made work for rich people who have no vision of a future that, you know, spreads the population out, for fuck's sake. Unbelievable. It just takes one person to fuck it all.
Can I help you?
Paula?
Yes.
Hey, it's Traininag.
Hey, what's up? I'm at the doctor's. Can I call you later when I get home?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you if you could put a little marker where she's dead, because I went there yesterday and I had no idea where you meant.
Go down the end of the driveway. On the right, there's a little memorial garden.
Like with Pachysandra around it?
No, there's a little memorial garden with a statue of a dog.
Oh, I didn't...
That's where all my animals are buried. When you first come down, go down the driveway.
Yeah.
There's a house, there's a lawn on the left, and there's a lawn on the right with a birch tree.
Right.
And it's surrounded by a little flower garden in there. That's where all my animals are buried.
And it's on the right as I'm facing your house.
If you're coming down the driveway, it's on the right.
Okay. And is there anything there? Is there like a cross or a stick or anything?
No, there's nothing. There's just there's a statue because I have one dog buried there and a couple of raccoons and 5 or 6 cats and dozens of rabbits.
So you don't remember exactly like what spot probably then?
Actually, the dog was there, but we just put some flowers on top. The dog was right on top of her.
Karma is to realize that you are rude and say you're sorry. If you could just acknowledge that you are capable of being rude. Karma is to realize that you are rude. You are like an assault sometimes. You could just acknowledge that you are capable of being rude. And you are like an assault sometimes. Really, then everything would be a lot better. Anyway, I hope you can come around to really realizing your flaws and not thinking that that's so. I hope you can come around to realizing your flaws and not thinking
to
that
review
that's
this
like the end of the
message
world.
saved for 60 days. 53rd message from to review this message saved for 60 days. 53rd message from 1203240.
And it's around 12:30 or so Thursday night here in Fairfield. I'm going to be here for a bit. My mother's not doing that well.
Message saved for 60.
I mean, think about it. Think about the karmic effects of saying you're sorry and versus like holding a grudge and being angry and thinking you're so self-righteous. Think about the repercussions of those two actions. You know, do you really want me to dislike you and, you know, share my experience with you with others because we're in the same community, and why should I not be honest about what I've experienced you to be when, you know, you're working for Dan, and I don't think you should be working for people if you're not able to look at your flaws and the way that you act. I don't think you are humble enough, and I think that is your biggest problem, and you go on and on and on, complaining and complaining all the time about how you're so mistreated, and you just don't get for one fucking millisecond that it has anything to do with your behavior, and it is so fucking annoying, and I'm so pissed at you right now. And, you know, you could make it all just better by just being like, sorry, I fly off the handle sometimes, you know? You're just incapable of doing that, Raina, and that is your fucking problem, okay?
To review this message,
share my experience with you with others because we're in the same community, and why should I not be honest about what I've experienced you to be when, you know, you're working for Dan, and people if you're not able to look at your flaws. And
hour is happening now. It's like I don't want to explain that to you, but when what I say should be sufficient, I mean, Dan was like saying, well, that doesn't make sense to me, and Jackie, who was backstabbing me, and James fabricated things to keep hearing, well, I think they're right. It's like
the reason it wasn't sufficient is because in the conversation when you were here, everything related back to the stress, your financial stress. And you kept coming back to the financial stress was the reason that you created and sent the email. So that was why the follow-up question was
connected to me not being able to fix my teeth. So it's like by the time I get to teach, my teeth will be falling out, and I realize I'm supposed to be big enough to have a sense of humor about that as a great yogini. But
is there something that I don't know about that would help me understand, or in relation to like the whole your dealings with Dan and dealings with going to training and all that stuff?
Well, I feel like I'd be repeating myself. I mean, I appreciate you wanting to know. If I need, I don't mind repeating myself.
No, you don't have, no. I mean, if everything has been said, that's fine. You know?
Well, I do keep thinking of things that are more, intense. Like I told you,
End of messages.